August 2nd, 1989, Prince George. The air was still. Ronnie and Doreen packed up their boys and drove off into the night. Russell was 9, little Ryan was 4. They thought they'd found a way through. A stranger made a promise, and the family believed it was true. Ronald, Doreen, Russell, Ryan, say their names, don't let them fade. A family drove off with a stranger, and no one came to their aid. Marlene's been calling for 36 years, hoping to bring them home. If you know something, say something. No family should bear this burden alone. Ronnie called his mama, said they'd be alright, and that they'd be back in 10 days. Back before Russell started school again. That was the last sign. A dark truck rolled west down a logging road and swallowed them whole in the night. How does a family of 4 disappear and justice pass them by? Ronald, Doreen, Russell, Ryan, say their names, don't let them fade. A family drove off with a stranger, and no one came to their aid. Marlene's been calling for 36 years, hoping to bring them home. If you know something, say something. No family should bear this burden alone. Marlene never stopped searching. She carried them into every room. She addressed the inquiry, kept the pages turning, and lit candles against the gloom. A community follows her story, standing with her from afar. But those who could answer keep sleeping as Marlene leads them through the dark. Ronald, Doreen, Russell, Ryan, say their names, don't let them fade. A family drove off with a stranger, and no one came to their aid. Marlene's been calling for 36 years, hoping to bring them home. If you know something, say something. No family should bear this burden alone. You were there that August, you know what that stranger did. Don't you owe it to those kids? 2 little boys never came home. Doreen never got to say goodbye. You know where they are, on that road west. And you've never told us why. I hope you don't sleep at night, knowing 2 innocent babies never made it home alive. That's your burden, I hope it's heavy. Someone told her to let it go. Let it go. You don't tell a sister to let it go. Let it go. You don't tell an auntie to let it go. Let it go. You don't tell a family that their relatives don't matter enough to search the river, walk the land, or even answer the phone. Shame on those who know. Shame on the silence. Marlene wants to bring them home. Ronald, Doreen, to rest on their own ground. Their relatives have never stopped loving them. They need to be found. Break the silence, break the secret. Let this family finally grieve. If you know something, say something. Give Marlene something to believe in. Russell, Ryan, Doreen, Ronnie, come home, come home, come home. You are loved.
Live on the air, Trial Junkies United presents Justice After Dark with your host, Z.
Thank you, Doc. Whoops, of course I already hit one picture too fast. Doc always says I hit the buttons too fast. I can't help myself. Welcome to our Trial Junkies, our truth seekers, and the justice warriors out there. We got Fala, our lovely mod. Amy's not, our Irish Amy's not feeling well tonight, so send her some love. Katrina's probably lurking, and Semi's not here yet, but we'll see. I'm sure she's on the way. Farquaad's here. We've got Josh. We also have Yarn Maiden. Let me see who else we got here. Mustang, Matt. We're so happy to see you, darling, and hope you're well. And if I forgot anybody, I apologize, but I'm Z, your storyteller in the wilderness of injustice. Doc's riding shotgun as we navigate the darkness where the predators hunt and our system fails. Are you ready to ride, Doc?
Ready for this one?
Okay. Tonight's Thursday, which means we honor our Indigenous and Native American, well, not American, our Native and First Nations brothers and sisters, because we're going north. We tell their stories so no one is forgotten. And tonight, we're not telling this story alone. Marlene Maria Jack is here with her daughter, Bridget, and she's Doreen's Jack's younger sister. And she brought her daughter, and they're going to talk to us from Canada tonight, up in Vancouver, where it's a little colder than down here in Texas, let me tell you. But before we bring them into our conversation, I just want to make sure that you all know what case we're going to talk about tonight, because these are real people. This is a real family. And Ronnie Jack was 26. He was a woodcutter by trade, out of work after a back injury. And he had a family to worry about. His wife, Doreen, was 26. She was the eldest sister of her family, the one who kind of probably kept an eye on everybody. They had two little boys, Russell 9 and Ryan 4. And Russell was supposed to start school that September. That's the plan. The Jack family members were of the Cheslatta. Do you say it Cheslatta Carrier Nation? Cheslatta
Okay.
Carrier Nation. Thank you. They had relocated from Burns Lake to Prince George in British Columbia. They were looking for work. They were having a tough time, but they were a family. And that's what I want everybody to remember. Because August 1st of 1989, Ronnie went to the First Leader pub in Prince George. It was about 4 blocks from where they lived on Strathcona Avenue. A man approaches him. Caucasian dude. Now the descriptions are crazy. He goes from 6 foot to 6'6". Reddish brown hair, full beard, ball cap, red checkered work shirt, faded blue jeans, blue nylon jacket, work boots with leather fringes over the toes. That's a lot of detail. This man offers Ronnie a job. Then he says, you can bring Doreen at a logging camp near, what was the name of the lake, Doc?
What?
Remember?
Oh, is it Clue Skull? Clue Skull?
Ku
Clue Call?
Ku Klux Lake.
Oh,
Kukless.
Kukless.
See?
Yeah, Ku Klux Lake.
Okay.
Yeah, Kukless
Wow.
Lake. And
I was way off too.
40 kilometers west of Prince George, okay? And they said that Ronnie could work with the logs. Doreen was going to work in the camp kitchen. They said something about maybe daycare for the boys, but they don't have a vehicle. So he's going to drive them, okay? He's going to drive them. And this is the description. They even updated the description. His so the stranger, because he said they could bring the kids, okay, fine. There's no one to watch the boys, so they're going to take them with them. This is 1:21 in the morning on August 2nd. This family walks out of their home at 21:16, climb into this truck. He made a phone call to his mother, and the last words to his mom were, "If I don't come back, come looking for me." They were never seen again, you guys. So let's bring a good welcome, huge welcome to Maria and Bridget, because this is the story of their family, and it's a tough case. Maria, tell us about Doreen. What was she like?
She always looked out for us. She was the oldest of us four sisters. Our mom left us when we were very young, and she was left with the task to look after us. She was pretty much almost like a mom rather than a sister.
Yeah.
And she
then
was easygoing, easy to talk to. She's always joking, happy, always grateful to see friends and family.
Yeah. And you guys, I'm showing a map, for our chat, so you kind of see the area where everything happened. But the story is that, okay, Ronnie gets offered this job. He's had a back injury. So he kind of must have been desperate to think he could go logging, right?
Yeah. Back in the day, it's very hard to earn any money. So if you got offered one, you grab it, even if they know your history. If they're willing to have you work, you gotta go, because they don't come by very often.
Yeah.
Especially if you're First Nations.
Yep.
Okay. So that's really important. And then the little boys, they weren't supposed to go that night. Neither was Doreen, really, was she?
I don't think so. Like I heard one theory saying that Doreen shouldn't have been there in the first place. They don't know why she went. So a million different stories about this case where it's just confusing to us, and to try and pin a timeline, we're pretty much stuck in one area where we just can't pin the timeline on what actually went down.
Right. So what we do know is they left on August 2nd. And within, what was it, 10 days, the families realized something was wrong. They contact the authorities, but the authorities don't jump on it, right?
Yeah, no. When they left August 2nd, but they were officially reported missing August 25th, because usually when you do a camp job, it's a 2-week thing. So you gotta go out for 2 weeks, sometimes 3 weeks, and then you come out, stay home 2 weeks, and then go back out. So they waited 3 weeks, and then they haven't heard nothing from them. Ronnie would have phoned them as soon as he got back to town saying, "I'm home," but no phone call, return, nothing. And they were officially reported missing August 25th.
Yeah. And the thing to remember too is this was what, 1989. Daycares at a logging camp, that wouldn't have even been a thought, really, would it?
No. There's too much dangerous equipment, wildlife. no safety whatsoever out there for a child to be while both parents are working. No, it's not a place to
Yeah.
be. Absolutely not. And they would have refused them to bring those kids. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would think that it's dangerous enough for the parents to
yeah,
be there in that type of environment without adding the children to it.
yeah, no,
Yeah, because I know a lot of people have tried to say, oh, well, maybe somebody was after the children, but that really was not. That's not the situation. The children just weren't supposed to be there, but Doreen and Ronnie didn't have anybody to leave the kids with at that because it was short notice.
yeah, very short. And then in Prince George, back in the day, we used to have our Greyhound running, and they used to run twice a day. Once in the morning, and then the last bus at 11 at night. So if you miss that bus, then you have to wait till next morning, and they missed the bus, so they had no choice but to bring them.
Yeah. And that makes sense. Oh, let's not go to that picture yet. But so you had made the comment to me, Maria, that you thought maybe Doreen sensed something was off, and that's why she wanted to go with Ronnie because she was protective of him.
Yeah, that was we had one theory. A person was telling us that Doreen knew that something was wrong. She was afraid. It's like I said, there's so many theories. So I'm with the things I've heard, she was probably afraid for Ronnie and decided to go anyway. They told her she needed to stay home, but she didn't.
Yeah. Because the facts, it all boils down to this. There are people that know exactly what happened to this family,
Yes.
and they're just not talking.
No, they're not.
They're keeping things quiet, and that's the thing that's wrong because here we believe silence is betrayal. And
Yes.
you're betraying this family, you're betraying yourself. And you've got a heavy burden on your shoulders because you're not talking. You can make anonymous calls, which there was an anonymous call in 1996, right?
Yeah, the phone call.
Can we speak on that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the call that came out in 1996, we tried to get that call released to us. We applied for a Freedom of Information Act, and also there was another legal process that we went through that was supposed to be better than the FOI, and they denied our request, saying that the first one should have never been released. So they were saying that the phone call should have never the recording should have never been released in the first place, is what they told us. So that's why they couldn't release the recording to us again. And that was just in the last 6 months that we had heard that information, that like they are not going to release the phone call to the family members or anybody until they basically solve the crime,
or identify the
caller, even though the RCMP already have inklings of who the caller is, and we know information regarding who the caller is and exactly what they knew.
Yeah.
And is speaking on it, like they knew that they were buried at the south end of Gordy's ranch, and that is someplace that we have extensively searched. That's someplace that the RCMP have searched. They apparently did a search there in the 90s and the early 2000s, but nothing came of it. And we found out directly when we did our own search and our own investigation, like a lot of information. And we think that the caller had some truth in their call.
Right.
Yeah.
And the funny thing, the fallow wants to know, well, why not? Why won't they let the family hear it? And that's because sometimes in investigations, they do try to keep things close to the vest. We understand that. But this is 36 years later.
Yeah.
I think you've held on to things for a long enough time.
Too long.
there comes a point when you need to start releasing things so people's memories start clicking. Maybe if you let the family hear the call, the family might know exactly who it is.
Yeah,
That's important
it is.
because sometimes you need to have somebody else also look at a case. You know, if someone's been looking at it and it's been their case, maybe it's time to have someone come in and do a review on the whole case and go through everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they say they do. I think it's how many RCMP officers are on this case. Like they keep changing it. It seems every year
Every
they new investigator come in and they have to start over and get familiar with the case, and then he has to get transferred out, and then another officer comes in, and it's a ongoing thing like that. Where if I tell them, oh, I got a phone call on a tip, and I tell them, or if it's written to me on Messenger, I'll show them, and then they say we'd like to talk to that person. And I said, but they already phoned in information, and it seems like they have a list of names that they look at, and if that name is on that list, is, oh yeah, we talked to them, and we asked, well, what was the information? But they don't know. They didn't look at what that person had called in. So there's a lot of that information there that they're not actually looking at.
Now
that
where that turnover of officers that are investigators that have this information, that turnover, is that by design, or are they just getting new positions and moving on, and then somebody takes their place, or what?
I'm not sure. Like the last officer, now it's I think, who is it? Whitehead now.
Yeah, Aaron Whitehouse.
Aaron Whitehouse.
Yeah, Whitehouse now. But before him, it was another lady. I cannot pronounce her last name, but she went by Officer Katrina or something. I'm
surprised because
then,
if you have somebody say they're only on the case for like 2 years, what are they going to get accomplished? They might know something, and then it's information that is lost.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, see,
It's almost like they need to have a cold case squad, that's all they devote is to cold cases, where they stay on it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Melissa Watson says, love you both. I'm sorry we had to meet like this. I love you both and think of you all the time.
Yeah.
Love you too.
We love you too, Melissa. Thank you.
I want to mention that I did reach out to the RCMP, and I actually got an email back from Staff Sergeant Aaron Whitehouse, plainclothes commander of the General Investigative Section. And we do want to thank him for taking the time to send us an email. And he said, yes, the Jack family investigation is currently being held by the Prince George RCMP Missing Persons Unit within the General Investigation sections here. It is a massive investigation that has been open since 1989 and has compromises and more than 60 banker boxes of investigative product.
Yeah.
It is one of the larger, maybe the largest files we carry at this detachment. I also believe this case is the only unsolved missing family case in Canada.
Yep.
It's very tragic that we still don't know the whereabouts of this family, despite significant efforts by the RCMP, family, and other concerned citizens. In truth, I don't think most people really understand the incredible burden of loss families bear in such cases. We'd love to locate them, and the investigation is open and active. So I appreciate your sensitivity to the fact that we can't share case facts publicly. As with any such investigation, the RCMP is committed to actioning credible tips, and thanks to the public, we continue to receive tips on this investigation regularly. Very best of luck on your podcast, Staff Sergeant Aaron Whitehouse. So, Staff Sergeant Whitehouse, we appreciate the statement. 60 banker boxes open since 19.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
It's over
Wow.
60, actually, over 60. That's just what they've been able to count, like, as what they consider evidence that they can still document, meaning like they're switching over from all the paperwork that they have of the
Right.
early stuff from this case to like switching it over to an electronic network so that when new investigators come, all they have to do to look for tips and look for whatever they're looking for in their database, like it's a lot easier to look for it on a computer than it would be to go through single pieces paper by paper.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like the very first box in all of those 60 boxes, the very first box in the beginning of the investigation is the most important, because those are the most recent, like after they went missing, all those information they had phoned in, they should look at that first box where all that evidence is
Right.
in there, because
Because
that's closest to when they were missing.
Yeah.
Right.
It,
So
it
it'd be
was when the
people's-
investigation was the freshest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
it was
when
the freshest,
people's
and
memories-
everybody,
yeah, everybody's memory would be,
Yeah.
clearer at that time.
Mm-hmm.
yep. That's the box I want, but they won't give it to me.
They won't give us any boxes. Even the boxes that they've cleared, that they have said like the information in this box is not enough to investigate. We tried to hire our own private investigator who was willing to do it pro bono for us. They are like a pretty credited private investigator in the Lower Mainland, and they work within BC, but
Right.
like Canada as a whole. And they were offering, and they even applied. There were a couple of different private investigators that applied for information regarding the case, and they have everything on a lock and seal. They will not give anything to anyone.
And I understand in the beginning, beginning of a case and maybe for the first couple of years, but we're talking 36 years later. It's
Yep.
time to open things up, because sometimes somebody else can come in with clear eyes and look through things and see things that maybe somebody missed. It's not saying your work was bad. It's just saying
Yeah.
maybe they have a different approach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
36 years later, I mean, who what new information is or what information in those boxes is going to be so detrimental for the family not to be made aware of it?
Yeah.
I mean, that just doesn't
Yeah.
make sense to me.
No,
Be-
they
because-
haven't come across that. I honestly, to be honest, those boxes are sitting there collecting dust. If I went there and
Yeah.
looked at it, I could probably put my fingerprint on them and it'd be a layer of dust on top.
Yeah.
Yeah. And everybody knows I'm a huge fan of Derek Levasseur and Stephanie Harlow, the Crime Weekly YouTube. I've been followers of them for a long time. And Derek's a former police officer in Rhode Island. And he's made the comment too that, there are cases that, in the first few years you keep stuff quiet. But he says eventually you open things up and you start letting people go, get somebody else's viewpoint.
Yeah.
Because it's important, just letting them sit there in a box and nobody going through them, and whoever might have did someone, if they're trying to put it on electronics thing so people can look at, well, maybe someone didn't think something was important, and so
Yeah.
this box, they this scrap of paper doesn't need to go,
I've asked them that very same thing. I've asked them, how do you guys document? Like, what do you consider as important evidence, or what do you consider enough to put down that, like, hey, this person might know something and we should keep going back, because that's the main
Right.
thing that we're dealing with right now. Is it feels like we're going in circles trying to go back to the persons that know what happened. And like, from what we know, there's still people alive that were involved in the disappearance of the family. That is the reason why nobody is speaking. And it's to
Yeah.
say like somebody is scared, whoever it is, they're scared of that.
Yeah, I wonder what would happen. I just, I'm just curious. If if a family member, say one of you or somebody close to the family would go, well, I realize that you're probably really really busy, and uh, could you use some help in getting this stuff scanned into electronic form?
Yeah, told me one time, they said they were trying to do that. I don't know how much of it they've actually done.
Yeah, they won't give
I
us a
also-
percentage rate.
I also asked them, well, bring me down there in your basement, put me and lock me up in there, and I can organize all that for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to work as a secretary and I know how to do that stuff. And I said, let me do it. And they said no, because of privacy concerns, with the
Conflict of
case.
interest.
Conflict of interest, because if I happen to come across anything, it wouldn't be admissible in court or anything like that. So,
And yet, who is
yeah.
it that's given them most of their tips? The family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The family's the one that's called in more tips.
We
Yeah.
know a lot now. We know probably as much as the RCMP knows in terms of what happened to them. They don't. The only reason why they say definitively that they don't know what happened to the family is because they don't have evidence of where the family is.
Right.
So that's the only reason why that they're saying that they don't know exactly what happened, even though so many people have come throughout the years to say, I know a person that was directly involved in this. This is what happened. And like just so many failed opportunities. We have people young and old, like people that are in their 30s, people that are my age, telling us things that they know about,
Right.
friends and family members that have been involved. So it's like a lot of people know. A lot of people in our territory know. A lot of people are reluctant to say what happened, and whether it's because they're scared or they have something to lose, or they feel they have something to lose. We don't know, but they won't say. But I am almost 1,000% sure that if everybody knew what we knew, they would know that they all know a killer.
Yeah. Because at this point, you guys realize that the family is more than likely deceased. You just want to bring them home.
Yeah.
You just want to bring them home. And the fact that Maria actually had an RCMP official tell her, let it go. Let your family go and rest in peace. How can they rest in peace?
They can't. They're not home.
No, they're not home.
No.
And that, to me,
I'm just trying to figure out why on earth anybody would say that to a family member.
I don't know. My sister was stolen. My sister was stolen with her.
Yeah.
With Ronnie, Russell, and Ryan. They were all stolen.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not resting in peace as far as I'm concerned. And
no.
She had no right to tell me what she did. So I was like,
they said something along the lines of that they've done enough searches for our family. They did the search on the ranch back in the 90s and 2000s. She referred back to that. She referred back to the multiple searches that they had done in Sycas as well. She said, we've done all these searches now. We've put in so much amount of funds into this that we are not going to be able to help anymore. And we think that you should just move on.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's what she said to her. And she had her on speaker because I like to listen in and I like to pay attention to what they're saying. And this is something that I heard with my own ears.
Yeah.
So,
and we can say this person has been transferred.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And wherever she got transferred, you have my deepest sympathy that you have to deal with this person.
Yeah.
Because this is a person that should have a job at McDonald's. where they don't have to deal, like in the kitchen, where they don't have to deal with the public.
Yeah.
Because the RCMP, you should be ashamed that you had any person that represented you that would say this to any family.
Yes.
Did they ever tell you guys what was the basis, or what led them to believe that their bodies were buried on the ranch? What
There was that phone call that came out in '96.
Okay.
The officer I met, I think it was a year before, had mentioned that phone call to me, and they were investigating that. And then a year later, they decided that they wanted to just release it to see if somebody will come forward if they recognize that voice. So they released it, and it was all over the news. Everybody shared it, and nobody. They said nobody phoned in a tip or anything because nobody could
properly identify who it was.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
but they figured who it was, and the officer told me the one other one that was really actually on my side trying to help told me there was a long story, and those should be looked into. So
I feel like they have purposefully tried to stop the active investigation as well. Like anytime that an actual investigation like happens, like there was been 2 cops I know that were really giving me and mom information about the case, like information that they shouldn't have been giving us, but they were giving us because they thought that we needed access to these things.
Right.
And they were not like big things, just small things within the case to help us put together from what we have heard from people throughout the years. And like they transferred those investigators out. I truly feel like there's the fact that they keep transferring people out that are actually helping the investigation is a problem.
Right. And that's the situation. There are good RCMP officers.
Yeah.
We're not going to deny that. There are those that want the job done. They want the family found, but they kind of tie their hands, and that's the people in the top. And they need to stop because the world is watching.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, we have people in this chat from all over the world. People are watching what the RCMP is doing and the authorities in a lot of these cases. All we're asking for is justice for all.
Yeah.
Nobody deserves not to have some justice and to get answers. You're talking about a case that's 36 years old. At this point, pretty soon, most of those involved may end up being deceased.
Yeah.
So the big thing is the family wants to bring their family members home. That's the top priority at this point.
That's kind of why I brought up the point about being brought in to put this stuff on, scan this stuff in, and I understand the RCMP's deal about security and whether something that you find might not be admissible in court, but you have to think 36 years later, you're going, well, is it going to be, what's more important, getting someone put behind bars for this, or you want to find your family?
Yeah.
I mean,
we'd love both.
Yeah.
But
I mean, but there comes a certain point in time when, well, this person that it did something to the family may not even be alive anymore. So getting justice, it's a great deal, but would you rather have somebody behind bars, or would you rather have your family with you? And that's something that I think the RCMP isn't seeing, is that, yeah, we want justice, but we want our family back.
More than anything.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
Yeah. And Janice says that the leader, Judge Ramsay, I take it he's one of the not good guys.
Yeah,
Janice.
Judge Ramsay. There's a lot of information about him on Google. If you Google his name and you see the type of things that he was involved in, you can see how corrupt the Prince George RCMP detachment has been.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the problem. It's time for these people in authority to start cleaning up some of these corrupt organizations. Kick them out. Don't keep letting this go on, because families need to have answers.
Somebody in the chat made a reference to a ground piercing radar, penetrating radar.
Yeah.
Do you have availability for that, or do you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we do. Yeah. GPR, we used this back in 2019 when we did our search at Psychas.
Okay.
And then July, I'm pretty sure we're going to be using GPR also.
Okay.
It's really just a matter of if like the terrain is able to take the GPR. There's other forms of searching that we're trying to look into, methods, I guess.
Like being LiDAR, drone footage with the LiDAR.
All those different things that we're trying to figure out which one would be better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just for the area itself and the terrain.
All right.
Because the family is planning another search starting on July 2nd of this year. Because you usually you guys have to wait till the weather clears up to do a search, because you guys were talking up north. And so they have to make sure that they have good weather to try and do a search. And if you go on Maria Jack's page on Facebook and go down, you'll see some of the searches they've done, some of the different things that they do, and the people that come in from the reserve and the area to help, and that's the thing, is they're having to rely on family and the First Nation a lot of times, because it's not the authorities taking the lead, it's the family. That's why the family wants more answers.
Yeah. I'm doing pretty much everything on my own. So
A lot of
the
searches,
investigating ourselves, and we have a former reporter that's helping with us, and then we've interviewed a lot of people. This is how we got all our information.
An investigative independent reporter.
Yeah. So
Okay. Marlene, are you online?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I see that there's a GoFundMe page. Do you have? Can you share that with us so that we can make sure that's in our description?
For sure, we can send you the link.
Okay.
Yeah, send us that link, and Doc will make sure we get it in the description.
Yeah.
Now, as we talked about, on August 2nd, 1989 is when that family disappeared, an entire family, you guys. But 16 years later, grief came for the family again. And this is Kasmemell Thomas Jack, Ronnie's dad. He was 70 years old, and he was an elder in the reserve. And it was near the south of Burns Lake, British Columbia. He went hunting. And on the morning of September 18th of 2005, Kasmemell left his home at approximately 8 a.m. to go moose hunting. He was expected back by 10. When he didn't return, his family contacted Burns Lake RCMP that evening. Now, there was a search that followed, the Burns Lake and Fort St. James search and rescue, and also the Bulky Valley search and rescue. A police service dog was brought in from Prince George, but it never did pick up a scent. They even had a fixed wing aircraft, they said in the newspaper article I read from the provincial emergency program. A helicopter with infrared was brought in. And so someone else donated some helicopters, and over 100 members of the public turned out searching on foot, on horseback, on all-terrain vehicles. Search and rescue personnel came from as far as Terrace, Vanderhoof, and Quesnel.
Quenelle.
Quenelle.
Quenelle. Yeah.
Everybody knows here I have a terrible thing with pronunciation. And so for 5 days they searched, and there was no sign of Kasmemell.
Yep.
He was never found.
Oh.
So that's just another part of the tragedy that actually doesn't get covered. I didn't even know until Maria and I were talking the other day, and she told me. So not only did Ronnie's family lose him and Doreen and the children, they lost the head of their family. And so it's really important, and let's put it out there to anyone that goes out hunting, camping, hiking, please, when you're out and about, if you see anything that you are even slightly suspicious of, contact authorities, put a pin on your cell phone so you know exactly the location so that someone can go and check things out. Because you could help a family get peace of mind if you can help them find their family members. And it's really strange that he just disappeared like that, because in my brain, the question I have is, if it was a hunting accident, how come they didn't find, if he fell or something?
Yeah.
But
I think the territory where he went missing, there are a lot of bears, like lots.
okay.
So if you walked into a bear, I mean, it's not going to be just one. It'll be 4 or 5 coming around, and it'll make it hard for a person to search in that area if they did come across anything. I mean, if I shot a moose in that area, I wouldn't have a chance to get that moose out. It'd be taken over by bears.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
In the area that we live in, my father hunted a lot, and there would be sometimes that the sun would go down a little bit earlier than expected, and when you're out there skinning the moose and things like that, like, they sneak up on you. There was one time that there was 4 or 5 guys that went out with my dad, and they had a huge moose that they were doing, taking the guts out and stuff like that, and they were going to pack it up and put it in the back of their truck, and they couldn't even do that because by the time they got the skin off of the carcass, they saw that there were bears crouched all around them in the grass.
Wow.
And
Yeah, they were crawling on their belly towards them. So they had
wow.
flashlights and shining it up high so you can see, but they didn't look in the tall grass. So when they saw him crawling in the tall grass, they said, holy, because there was one just right there, and they all got scared and said,
Wow.
we got to get out of here. We got to go.
they left the moose there.
I didn't
When
know
they
that.
went back-
I didn't know
they
that
went back
bears
the next
did
day,
that.
It was like,
Yeah, I was
Hidden
shocked
down.
too. These are black bears. I
Yeah.
mean, how did they learn that? I don't know. That was
we also found out last year when we went on the search with the dogs. The dog team was telling us that the bears are actually attracted by the bear bangers because they think it's a gunshot.
and it's food.
Yeah, it's a dinner bell.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
So if you use bear bangers, the bear's going to hear that and they say, "Oh, that's food. I'm going to go towards it and check it out." They don't go away from bear bangers. They go towards it. So they said the best defense is bear spray.
yes. And so, and for our chat, a lot of us, this is hard to understand, that scope of, we got bears. Houston, Texas here.
We don't have
see
that
bears.
problem.
We get a lot of stray dogs and cats. That might be why we have 4 cats in the house now. But yeah, bears is not an issue. And so
How's your spider situation? How big are your spiders out there?
We have more of a problem with snakes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Rattlers,
we got rattlers, copper snakes,
Copperhead
some
snakes,
of
yeah.
those deadly little boogers.
Uh,
Now, when we were living in Louisiana, We had some huge spiders.
The
over
spiders
there.
were huge.
Yeah, I did not care for them at all.
No. Burn
you
your
know.
house down if it's in your house.
That one
Yes.
there was one that we came across on that spider itself, not including the web. The web was huge, but the spider was as big as your hand.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Poor Fowla just put, we have bears and spiders because she's in Virginia. So she's
Yeah.
got bears and spiders.
She's got the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Well, she's waiting for her Uber ride from the space aliens. So
Yes.
hopefully they will get her out of there soon. so she doesn't have to be putting up with that. But yeah, if you can email me that link, send that, Bridget, send that to my email. Your mom has it. And
Yeah.
they can even get it put up on the chat now. Or you
Yeah. I sent the email on the email, but I don't know if you've received it yet.
Okay, let me
Oh
see.
yeah, I don't have that email up. So
No.
Let me see.
I sent it to the doc email. Doc
Oh,
trial
Oh,
junkies.
I can go.
wait a minute.
I
Wait a
can go
minute.
grab it.
That one I do have.
Yeah, the doc trial one. That's the one she sent it to.
Okay.
Discord.
So I'll let him try and figure it. And if you find it, Doc, just go ahead and put it in the Discord server and Semi will get it put up for us.
Okay.
So, because we want to get that out. And if we don't get it put up right away tonight in the chat, we at least will get it in the description for everybody.
For sure.
To
Thank
help
you.
with the GoFundMe, because the family deserves some answers. They deserve to be able to bring their family home.
Yeah. With a lot of these cases, I find like if a family member has a missing loved one, it's always up to the family member to do the actual search. When I asked the RCMP about that, why they don't do that, they said that's not what they do. What they do is the investigative part. The searching part is not their job. So they don't do that. So the searching part is up to the family member. And it can get very expensive after a while. So
and here's my question, RCMP. I mean, I'm just from down below here in the South, so I may be ignorant, but are you not there to protect and serve? Part of serving would be helping family members search for people.
Well, you would think so.
If Susie in the suburbs, blonde and blue-eyed, disappeared, would we bother looking for her? Just a question. Just a question I have. I'm not insinuating anything.
To be honest, they'd be flying out the door.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Yep.
36 years is a long time to go without answers for an entire family. I could see maybe like that long for one person, because there's been other cases that one person has been gone for a really long time, and then they don't have information for however long, and they eventually find them either like in a car, in a lake or something.
Right.
But like this is not that case. This is not that. There's been so many speculation with the case specifically about like did they drive off of a road, were the Pictons involved, all these types of questions that like people rightfully have, but it's not that case. There's a lot that is beneath the surface, and the RCMP just have not shared what they know. And I feel like because of them not sharing what they know, that's the reason why we haven't found them.
Yeah. Because it's very simple. This is a family of 4. And no matter if someone had a complaint against Ronnie, not that anyone deserves to lose their life, but if you had a complaint against Ronnie, why Doreen and the children?
Yeah.
You could have just, whoever you were that took them, you had the brain power to say, this isn't going to work out because I'm not going to get him off to myself where I need him. You should have just said, I'll come back later, and then disappeared.
Yeah.
You took 2 little boys and a woman along And that's the crime. And anyone that is protecting the people, because it is more than likely more than one person involved in this whole situation, you took their lives. 2 little boys, one of them was just 4, getting ready to turn 5. I
Yeah,
hope you don't sleep at
yeah,
night.
she turned
Anybody
5.
that's keeping this secret, I hope you don't sleep at night. I hope it drives you insane picturing these 2 little boys and Doreen, who never got to say goodbye, because they didn't deserve this. No
No.
matter what complaints you had about anybody, if you had one, this family did not deserve to disappear like this.
No.
And that's where the crime is. And the fact, please, RCMP, please reach out to this family. Let them know what you can really share with them. Help them find their family. Maria and Bridget are not giving up. You picked the wrong family.
Yeah.
This
Pick the
family,
wrong one.
this woman's a warrior. She's not stopping. She wants her family brought home.
Yes.
You know, if you don't want to do your jobs and investigate, at least find the family.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the least you can do.
I put
Mhm.
the GoFundMe page link in our Discord. So
Okay, Semi, you should be
Thank
able to find
you.
it, honey,
Thank
and
you
she'll
so
get that put
much.
up.
Thank you.
But yeah, the fact that, this entire family has gone missing. His dad, Kasmemell, has gone missing. You know, contact the Prince George RCMP at 250-561-3300. There's also a Crime Stoppers, 1-800-222-8477. People, you can call in tips and be anonymous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just tell them where this family is so that they can have the peace of mind to bring them home, because grief can't start and you can't deal with it until they've got that answer and they have their family home. So I hope you guys have a lot of sleepless nights if you're keeping the secret, you
Yeah.
know, because July 2nd, they're going to go searching again. And that's what's important. Is this, the family deserves answers. They've devoted their life. And it's sad that families have to devote their lives to doing the work that authorities should. We see that here on the reservations in the States. We see it in the reserves up in Canada,
Yeah. Yep.
you know? And that's the problem. That is the problem. So
It
please,
is.
if you guys know anything, please reach out to RCMP. Reach out to the family. Marie's got a Facebook. Give her the tip.
Yep. I have my Missing Jack page out of Prince George. It's on Facebook under Maria Jack. Public. You're welcome to join.
Yeah. And
we have
Josh, you're right. Any small detail, the smallest detail can help unravel something.
Yeah.
100%.
At this point, we know that too many people know what's going on. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Because the only way you keep a secret is if you're the only one that's done something. For all these people to be coming and saying stuff, there were too many people involved.
mhm.
Now, for
Yep.
whatever creepy reason you decided to harm an entire family, you'll deal with that. You'll answer for that one day. Maybe not here, but you'll answer.
Definitely.
So let's quickly, before we close out tonight, I want to talk about our missing people, because we always put up some missing people flyers. Remember, when you guys are out and about, put the cell phones down. I want you to be looking at people. Sometimes people will leave the home voluntarily and then get in a position that they can't get away, because we see people that are coercing young ones and others out of their homes and then take over their lives. We also know trafficking is real. We also know kids or young people get crazy ideas. So look at these people. If you see someone and you think something is odd, or you remember a face, contact the authorities. Call 911. Remember, if you really don't like the police or it makes you nervous, we have a tip email, tips, the number 4, trialjunkiesunited@gmail.com. We'll send the authorities the tip. Our first one is Antonio Spence. She's 15 years old, you guys. 15. May 23rd of 2026 at 1:45 p.m. She went missing from the 200 block of Sun Valley Drive in North Kildonan, Winnipeg, Manitoba. She was last seen on Sun Valley Drive between DeVaries Avenue and Huffington Street. CBC News. She's 5'6", thin build, brown hair, brown eyes, last seen wearing a gray sweater, blue sweatpants, black shoes, and a black backpack. Contact Morgan's Warriors search team 431-996-3966. They also have a lot of social media you can contact. Winnipeg Police Service 204-986-6250. You know, go ahead and make those calls. She has been missing for 12 days. She's 15. She needs to be brought home. This next one, this is an alert. Evie Lynn Parisian LaFontaine, 16. She's 7 months pregnant. She's been missing since May 20th of 2026 at approximately 11 p.m. from South Fargo, North Dakota. She's 5'4", weighs 143 pounds with black hair, brown eyes. She was last seen wearing a gray zip-up hoodie, white light brown checkered pajama pants. 7 months pregnant and requires medication. Contact the Red River Regional Dispatch at 701-451-7660 or the Fargo PD 701-451-7660. Anonymous tip, Fargo, text 847411. This is life-threatening because she's pregnant, 7 months, and needs medication. That baby's at risk, and every hour matters. And for those like Semi will remember Savannah LaFontaine Graywin in North Dakota, who was pregnant and disappeared and later was found deceased. She was murdered in 2017. And that's when they came up with the Savannah Act. Let's get this young lady, let's get Evie found. Let's get that baby home. We have Nancy White Clay Guinea. She's 41. She's been missing since May 15th of 2026 from Rin River Valley Reservation. It's Ethiat and Plunkett area, and I did not pronounce that right, but we'll go on. In Riverton, Wyoming. She's Northern Cheyenne and Crow. She's 5'6", weighs 150 pounds. She has dark brown hair, dark brown eyes, a tattoo of a butterfly under her right eye. N is in Nancy, W is in William, C is in cat is tattooed on her arm. She has cherry blossoms on her right wrist, an infinity on her ring finger. She's got a piercing on her left nostril. So contact Wind River PD or the BIA at 307-855-8292 or 307-488-0012, 307-488-0025. We have Orlando Hugo. This young man is 16. He's been missing since May 25th of 2026 at approximately 1:50 p.m. from the Seed Farm Road in Sackton, Arizona, from the Gila River Indian community. He's 5'3", weighs 95 pounds, black hair, brown eyes. He was wearing a black hoodie, black pants, gray Nike shoes. Gila River Police Department, contact them at 520-562-4511 or the anonymous tip line 520-562-7144. Our last one is
Samisa.
Samisa. Naquat.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Necktie. Yeah, he's 17. He has been missing since May 8th at 10 p.m. from the boulevard at Du Queré-Labelle area in Provost, Quebec, Canada. His case number is 540-260-508-002. He's 5'7". He weighs 121 pounds, has black hair, brown eyes. He was last seen on foot or public transport. His family has reason to fear for his health and safety. Contact Surete du Quebec Criminal Information Center at 1-800-659-4264. This young man has gone missing before. His family is very worried. Someone needs to reach out, find this child, and find out why he keeps going missing. He needs to be brought home. So, Trial Junkies, you've heard about what we've talked about, the Jack family. You've heard what happened to Ronnie, Doreen, Russell, and Ryan on August 2nd. They just disappeared. They need to be found. The family needs to have some peace. This is not the way. I mean, they were Ronnie and Doreen were 26. Russell was age 9 and Ryan was 4. You know, his dad was 70 when he disappeared in 2005. These people all need to be brought home. They need to be found. So please, if anybody knows anything, contact the RCMP. Contact Maria on her Facebook. Just reach out. Please, we give you anything if you will reach out to someone. Doreen, Bridget, what do you want the audience to know? What do you want them to what help do you need for the search on July 1st? What can we help with?
Honestly, the awareness. Thank you so much for keeping their name alive. Just good vibes, and prayers to the Creator that we find them. That's really all that we're asking for is that we bring them home. However we do that, I think me and her have already committed ourselves to the end of the earth to look for them. So just really the awareness of keeping their names alive. Thank you for allowing us to do that, and then also just prayers that we find them. That's ultimately what we want to do, is we just want to bring them home. We want to give rest to our ancestors, and just make sure that they're honored, because from everything that we know, that's the least that we can do, is just bring them home.
And it's been our privilege to let this story be told.
Yes.
And I also would like to thank Josh in the chat for donating to our GoFundMe as soon as we posted it. I just looked at my phone just now and saw that. And I know that you said that it's not very much, but please know that every cent helps. We are both on a limited income. So the fact that we're able to get any kind of donation to help go look for them is more than enough. And thank you. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to Trial Junkies for putting us out there and allowing us to speak about our family, and just keep up the good work. Keep in mind of everybody that's still missing. We have our friend in the chat here on our YouTube chat that is also having missing family members, so it's the fact that all of us can come together in this community and be aware of each other's problems.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Josh is one of the good ones. We love Josh.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you. Yeah, we just really need prayers. We need a lot of prayers to help us find them. I think power of prayer is the biggest
the manifestation.
Case.
It's the manifestation, bringing, a lot of people were praying for us over the years and I think that's what brought a lot of the people that we needed, exactly the people that we needed, exactly that fit the puzzle pieces together for us. They know who they are. They're in the chat. They're watching.
Right.
So, being everybody who was able to help put this together, we all have a piece in it, and it creates a big picture. Everyone has one puzzle piece. We put it together. We get the big picture.
Semi thanks. She says, I think you butchered that name, Z, but we love you. Semi, I butcher everything. That's why Doc has to bail me out all the time.
Well, I don't always say everything correct either, so.
What can I say? I married him for pretty, and he turned out to be the smartest guy I know. That's why I keep him off air.
That's a win.
Yeah, keeping him to myself. I'm not silly. So, if you know of anyone that needs their time for their family, if they want to come on anytime, please let people know. We have a platform. That's what we're here for. We're happy to share that platform, to share the stories.
We'll share your information with the families that we have in contact with,
Sure.
and if they're willing to speak with you, I hope
Sure.
that you guys will,
Yep.
If
link.
they even just have a missing poster they want us to put on, because we do this on Thursdays and Sundays. At the end, we always do missing posters. If they just want their missing poster up, send me an email. We'll get it put up for them, and we will let people know who they're looking for.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
This is
Thank
what's
you.
important. Everyone remember, somebody always knows something. And if you see something, say something.
Yeah.
Please. Every Thursday. Whoops, I hit the wrong thing again, Doc.
Uh-oh. Hold on.
Take me back where I'm supposed to be. See, I always hit the
Please,
button. He's always telling me I
sometimes.
hit buttons too fast. So every Thursday we stand for our Indigenous brothers and sisters. And every Sunday we do trial news, trafficking cases, doe cases, or just crimes that need a voice. But remember, every killer and every predator out there depends on your silence. Please don't give it to them.
Yeah.
And our motto here is silence is betrayal. And it really is.
Yes.
You're betraying yourself, you're betraying others. So until next time, you guys, I want you all to stay informed, stay compassionate, keep seeking truth, keep demanding justice, never stop speaking up. We love you all. We're all part of the same human family. Remember, the criminals don't stop, and we're not either. We're not either.
Yeah. Nope.
You know? Doc, do you want to say goodnight?
Good night, Doc.
Thank you. We are honored that you guys came and shared your story with us. I hope we did it properly for you. And any way that we can help, please reach out. We have a great community here of awesome people that do care. If it's just getting the word out on their social medias, everybody has different social medias. So share, people. Make sure you click the like button and do all that stuff. But please listen to the song at the end. It's another song I wrote, and we love you. You guys have a good night, and we'll see you later. Ciao.
Thank you.
Thank you.
In the long grass, in the silence, where the cedar meets the sky, a mother keeps the fire burning for the one who said goodbye. She wraps herself in waiting, counts the moons and counts the rain. You've got pieces to that puzzle, you've got answers to her pain. If you know something, say something. Silence is a wound that won't close. Every truth you hold back is a road no one knows. They can't even begin to grieve what they can't name. If you know something, say something. The smallest word could end the waiting game. There's a red dress in the window and a photo on the wall. A father wears a silence like a man about to fall. You've seen what the land holds, you've heard what the road won't say. The family is still waiting, caught between the living and the gone, suspended between between hoping and letting go. If you know something, say something. Silence is a wound that won't close. Every truth you hold back is a road no one knows. They can't even begin to grieve what they can't name. If you know something, say something. The smallest word could end the waiting game. There's a sister posting flyers on every wall and weathered post. A grandmother sets an empty plate for the one she misses most. A child draws pictures of a parent they're too young to understand is gone. The whole family tree is broken and they all keep holding on. If you know something, say something. Silence is a wound that won't close. Every truth you hold back is a road no one knows. They can't even begin to grieve what they can't name. If you know something, say something. The smallest word could end the waiting game. You tell yourself it isn't your place, that what you know won't change a thing. But silence has a weight and you feel it everywhere you've been. That family lights their tobacco and prays for what you could give. Every night you keep that secret is another night they can't begin to live. You can't mourn what you can't bury. You can't heal what has no name. There are relatives of the nations disappearing, none held to blame. While someone keeps that secret like a stone beneath the lake. One call, one word, one whisper, that's all it has to take. If you know something, say something. Let their spirit call you home. No family in the darkness should carry this alone. Break the silence, break the pattern. Let the missing find the light. If you know something, say something. Help them finally say goodnight. For the ones who care.